welcome everybody to Nevada, Iowa. We are at the Pizza Pie Looza and 5K, and apologize for the brief delay. We, as everybody here who is watching on Facebook knows, when you think you have all your technology figured out, oftentimes they betray you. So I think we're live now. Hopefully we're beaming out to everybody here in Story County. You are looking, if you look behind us here, John, our camera guide again today, you can see Billy Sunday Field in the distance. You see the runners making their way. The race is underway, began at 1 o'clock. And you see a number of racers already finishing, but a number still trailing in here. If you pan the camera to your right here, John, you'll see the site last year of Brian White and Wade Hayes, two country music legends that performed last year here at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. This year, we will be down in the Main Street District for Jo Dee Messina. So keep it right here. We'll be back here in a few minutes. Wanted to make sure we were live and going here. So stay with us throughout the afternoon for live cut-ins here, StoryCounty.News. Corey Brada here, StoryCounty.News, live at the Pizza Pie Looza Festival here in Nevada. And we are looking, if you look behind us here, we're looking at the finish line for the 5K that began at 1 p.m. today. And we are awaiting a number of vendors, live music all throughout the afternoon, including Jo Dee Messina and a lot of really cool country acts, local country acts here in Nevada. So head to the Main Street District if you're not already here for the 5K. Corey Brada here, StoryCounty.News. You're looking at the end of the 5K, the finish line of the 5K at the Pizza Pie Looza Festival here in Nevada. We're going to be giving you live streaming coverage throughout the day. Want to take a moment to recognize the sponsors who have helped us be able to be out here and actually cover this event, which is what we love doing. Aspen Waste Systems. Aspen Waste Systems providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010. Now hiring both mechanics and drivers with competitive wages and benefits, including a substantial limited time only signing bonus. Apply at aspenwaste.com. Also brought to you by Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford down in Ankeny. Do he treat you better? He do. At Dewey Ford, call Josue at 515-776-1068. That's 515-776-1068, or visit Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford on Facebook. So, let me give you a quick rundown of the schedule for today, because the 5K is still going. There's still racers, runners who are finishing. A number have already come in. Race started at 1 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, vendors will begin opening on the Main Street Strip. Of course, we know the music will be down towards City Hall in that area, but vendors will begin at 2. Danny Krause will perform, local act Danny Krause will perform at 2 as well. At 3 o'clock, it'll be Justin Elliott performing down near the City Hall area, and then Goat Feathers at 4 p.m., Neil Hewitt at 5 p.m., and then at 6 p.m., the main stage gates will open, all right? This is a different stage that's being used for Jo Dee Messina, so those gates will open, and you can actually get in at 6 p.m. because this is a general admission event. So if you want great seats, you want a great spot for Jo Dee Messina this evening, get there early at 6 p.m., and then, of course, Jo Dee Messina, country star Jo Dee Messina, will take the main stage at 7 p.m. So you see a number of racers now finishing here. We're about 43 minutes into this thing. So we will stick right here. Facebook, make sure to turn notifications on to our page here, StoryCounty.News on Facebook, if you've not already done so you can stay in touch. If you can't make it down here, the best way to follow this event is right here, StoryCounty.News. We will talk to you throughout the afternoon. Corey Brada here, live, StoryCounty.News in Nevada. As you probably can tell from our streams that we've attempted to do, we are kind of in a low area here in Nevada, so hopefully once we get up to the Main Street District, we'll be able to get a better signal. But we are still seeing more and more racers, some even with some strollers, bikes, all kinds of different runners, racers that are benefiting the Nevada Foundation as part of the Run Series, the Run Nevada Series, the annual series. This year, this event is called the Pizza Pie Looza Festival, so it's replacing the Run Country Fest and 5K last year that featured Brian White and Wade Hayes. Now, if you haven't already gotten tickets to Jo Dee Messina tonight, she will be performing down on Main Street. Well, Main Street, actually, the Main Street District, we should say, 6th and Lincoln Way, so the City Hall area in downtown Nevada. And of course, there'll be live music throughout the afternoon beginning at 2 p.m. Vendors, live music all afternoon. So be sure to head down to the Main Street District. If you want tickets to Jo Dee Messina, tickets are available online or in person at $30 a piece. A pretty good deal for a big country act like Jo Dee Messina, and how great it is. Beautiful day here. I think despite some of the technical difficulties that we continue to battle, the weather is absolutely gorgeous. So what better day to get down here and enjoy some pizza and pie themed food, and certainly live music throughout the afternoon. And again, all proceeds from this event, the 5K, which kind of booted things off this morning or this afternoon, those will benefit the Nevada Foundation, which has a lot of great causes. So again, stay right here to StoryCounty.News. Do want to take a moment to thank our sponsors once again, Aspen Waste Systems. I'll get it out right eventually. Aspen Waste Systems providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010. They're hiring both mechanics and drivers with competitive wages and benefits. They're also offering a substantial signing bonus right now. Apply at aspenwaste.com. Corey Brad of StoryCounty.News here live, standing literally in the middle. What intersection am I at here? K Avenue and 6th Street. So we are in the middle of downtown here at the Pie Looza Festival. You may or may not be able to hear Danny Grouse. Country musician Danny Grouse is performing kind of like more towards the courthouse area of the downtown district. But this whole area right now is blocked off for this festival, and it is a good time. You see Story County Medical out here. You see Papa John's. Kona Ice Crafted is here. Hy-Vee with their Chinese setup. And I know all of these vendors will have a pizza and or pie themed item or items. So if you want to be in this is kind of like the state fair, only 3 months early. So if you want to come out here, bring plenty of cash because your appetites are going to need it throughout the day. There will be businesses open throughout the downtown district, including restaurants, stores. So again, we're here from 2 until Jo Dee Messina. She will be performing. If you want to pan the camera to your left, John, you see the stage way down on the other end of the downtown district. That is the stage for Jo Dee Messina. So quite a setup there. Quite a setup here for small town Nevada. Do want to thank our sponsors making this stream possible here. Thanks for hopping on with StoryCounty.News. Aspen Waste Systems, providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010. Now they're now hiring both mechanics and drivers. You can apply at aspenwaste.com. They are offering competitive wages and benefits, including a substantial limited time signing bonus. Also want to thank Almaco. Almaco in Nevada is growing and hiring in manufacturing and service teams. Visit their website at almaco.com to learn more about this family-friendly company, Almaco, ALMACO.com. Also want to thank Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny. Do he treat you better? He do. Taking care of your used and new vehicle purchasing needs. Visit Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford on Facebook or call him at 515-776-1068. So thanks to all 3 of those generous sponsors for being with us and helping support this coverage that we're trying to give you throughout the day. We're battling signal problems and just everything else that technology has to offer, but we're going to be here throughout the day providing you live coverage if you can't make it down here at the Pie Looza Festival. Corey Brada here at the Pie Looza Festival. We are on 6th Street, downtown district in Nevada. This is a really cool event. I'm joined by Mayor Brett Barker. And Brett, you and I talked last year at, I guess, what you would consider the first such event, but I know this is really the inaugural Pie Looza Festival. We had the Run Country Fest and 5K last year as part of the Run Nevada series. The race is complete. What do you think of just the festivities? And it's a lot of planning. I can tell a lot of hard work went into everything that's being organized right now.
Yeah, we had a great group of volunteers, obviously. You can't do this without that, and so I'm really thankful for that. Also had great financial support from businesses in the community that let us pull this off. And yeah, it all stemmed from last year and the fun we had with the Country Fest, wanting to take it up a notch, do something bigger and better. And so we started thinking about, what is Nevada known for? What do we do well? And obviously with Burke making a lion's share of pizza toppings in the United States right here in town and having our own local pizza places we're proud of. And then bringing in, the bakery and the fried pies that they do, and being able to really highlight pizza and pie and things that I think a lot of people enjoy, like myself, and have a fun day. And then, Jo Dee Messina, it's hard to get better than that, and so we're really excited about her show tonight. Tickets are still available online, pizzapieluza.com, by the way.
Can tickets be purchased in person?
So tickets will need to be purchased online, but they're there as long as they last. So people are able to buy them still today.
And general admission, 6 o'clock is when the gates for Jo Dee Messina's stage open, right? And and I know you're on your way to the dunk tank. We'll get to that in a second. But so many really cool food items. I mean, I almost feel like I'm at the fair 3 months early. Anything in particular that you recommend trying?
Yeah, so all the vendors came up with either some pizza or pie featured item. And so I'm really excited to look around and see what's there. There was a pizza bowl I kind of had my eye on. And yeah, I'm excited to look around myself.
We got people taking pies in the face. We're going to be talking with one such freshman at Nevada a little later. Okay, talk about the dunk tank. Who approached you about doing this? Was this your idea? And how can someone dunk you?
No, I got voluntold, which seems to happen a lot as the mayor, and they're raising money for the Camelot Theater renovation, which is right here behind us, and so obviously it's a good cause and got to be a good sport sometimes, so we'll see. I'm glad it's warm, so the water might feel good after a while.
And so it's, I know you were kind of trying to describe where you're going to be here in a few minutes, but if you're watching online, you want to come down here and drench the mayor, dunk the mayor, you'll want to come kind of towards the south end of the Main Street District, correct?
About 6th and K is kind of the center of everything today. So from 2 to 6, we have all the free activities downtown. And then after 6, the main stage opens and folks will transition up there for the main concert tonight.
Mayor Brett Barker here in Nevada, the downtown district. We are live at the Pie Looza Festival. Do want to thank our sponsors here, StoryCounty.News, for helping us stream live from this event, Almaco in Nevada. Thank you for sponsoring this event. They're hiring. Go to almaco.com. They are hiring in manufacturing and service, along with Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny, taking care of your used and new vehicle purchasing needs. Call Josue at 515-776-1068. And finally, Aspen Waste Systems, providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010, hiring both mechanics and drivers with competitive wages and benefits, and a substantial limited-time-only signing bonus. Apply at aspenwaste.com. Mayor Barker, appreciate the time, and let's have fun this afternoon.
Awesome. Excited to be here. Come on down.
All right, for Mayor Brett Barker, I'm Corey Bratta, StoryCounty.News. Story County News, I'm Corey Bratta here, and we are talking with Dave Sly, who you and I just met.
Yes.
But we were discussing what you got going on here, and in case anybody doesn't know where we're at the old Camelot Theater.
Correct.
And some really exciting developments, and so I thought this was a perfect opportunity to kind of put a plug in
Yes.
for what you and your wife Melissa are doing.
Yes.
Can you talk, first of all, for our listeners who aren't familiar with the Camelot, because I'll be honest, I've been here 7 years, I wasn't real familiar with the history of the Camelot Theater. Talk about what the history is and what you're planning on doing.
Okay, yeah, so the history is that this was built as the Circle Theater in the 20s, and it's about a 550-seat theater, so it's a very large theater, and they even have 2 apartments upstairs. And originally it was into the building next door was part of it, and it was the Circle Barbershop, so it was all part of Circle. In the 1970s, the Fridley's family, which would bought a lot of theaters in Midwest Iowa, they bought it and turned it into the Camelot Theater and did the full remodel that you see here. So this remodel is about 50 years old. And so yes, my wife and I and another family, along with several of us, actually, it's really not fair to say it was us, probably about 8 or 10 people in the community got together and said, we need to, buy this theater because it was falling into disrepair. We knew the current owner wanted to sell, and turn it into a 501c3 nonprofit to renovate, own the theater, maintain the theater, and then lease out the theater as an entertainment venue and lease out the apartments upstairs so that we could generate a continual revenue stream to maintain the building, right? So that we knew that the community building would be taken care of. It really is a centerpiece of our downtown, right? We really wanted to support it. So we did a lot of research. We looked at the League of Historical Theaters. We talked to other theaters in the community. And what we found is that live entertainment is strong. But what people want is not only a venue that's comfortable and entertaining, got a great atmosphere, but they want great food and great drink. So we also know that a theater, is kind of hit and miss with revenue. I mean, if you got an entertainment, you got revenue. If you don't, you don't. And so we have plenty of room. This is a very large area that you're in here. And by expanding into the building to the north, we can get a really nice restaurant wine bar that can be open all the time. And by opening the back of the theater that you see here into the theater area with a partition, then you can basically have dinner theaters, you can have all kinds of live entertainment that can take advantage of the food. Or if you wanted a smaller private venue in the theater area, you could still have the restaurant open and the wine bar, right? So that's really what we're doing, is turning this into a really high quality food and drink establishment with entertainment. We'll be the only one in Story County that can serve alcohol and drinks and also have the theater, which is great for places like the jazz band at Iowa State or other groups.
And so talk a little bit about funds and how the board is going about raising funds. I know the city helped out a bit with a loan, but I mean, talk about the challenge and how much money is needed.
Yeah, so the whole project's right now, it looks like around $2 million, and we've got it broken into some phases. The first phase really was to just get the building, so we put together $80,000, of which the Nevada Economic Development Commission, the City of Nevada, helped us, a couple families, our family and another, to get the building acquired, and the 501c3 founded, and get everything, the paperwork taken care of so we could start raising money. We've been applying for a lot of grants. We just won the upstairs living grant that was just announced for $200,000 to renovate the upstairs apartments. And we're now about halfway through a $350,000 raise to redo the facade, to fix all the bricks, get rid of the old paint, tuck point, all that stuff. We've got some water problems. We need to get those fixed with the marquee. And so that'll really get us on our way, and we're hoping to do that all this year. And then we'll start moving into the building next door, building a new kitchen and restroom area, which will be a 2-story building. The lower kitchen and restrooms will take care of the restaurant we just talked about, but we'll also have a patio bar. So upstairs on top of the building to the north, all the way to the back, there'll be a little restroom and a bar up right there in the middle, and it'll be all open for people to outdoor seating. It'll be really nice.
Sounds like a beautiful, beautiful plan. Okay, so people who want to actually donate towards the cause or help the cause, how can they go about doing that? And then also, can you talk a little bit about, looks like you have a drawing behind me.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about how people can get involved, especially on a big day today, which is involving the entire Main Street District.
Yeah, if they come out here today, we have this beautiful grill. There's a drawing going for that. It's $20 for 5 tickets on that. It was donated by Lowe's, so we thank them. And all that money goes to the Camelot Project. We also are part of the Nevada Foundation, which is a money-raising organization. You can make your donations to the Nevada Foundation. You can do it lots of places, and Nevada State Bank will do that. The Chamber will take that. You can you can come into the theater if you see it open and donate that way. Obviously, it's a full tax-deductible donation, and you can look on our Camelot website for that information. We have a Facebook page. We have a website, Camelot Theater Foundation. So, but yes, Nevada Foundation is running the money campaign, and we're just the Camelot Project in that.
And we are going to go back and kind of take a peek at this right in a second, Dave. Before we do that, I want to thank our sponsor here at StoryCounty.News, one of our sponsors for helping us stream live today from the Pie Looza Festival, Aspen Waste Systems. I can never get that out. It's a tongue twister, Dave. Aspen Waste Systems, providing both commercial and residential trash services here in Story County since 2010. They're hiring drivers and mechanics, offering competitive wages and benefits. Apply at aspenwaste.com. So, Dave, I can't promise our viewers on Facebook who are watching this live, we are going to have recorded footage available down the line, but I can't promise our live viewers that we're not going to lose signal, because we're going to be going down back into the tunnels, right? The tunnels of Camelot.
Some interesting places in the theater, and you can see why this project is so urgent that we get going on it.
Let's go ahead and go, and let's see how far we can get, Dave.
Perfect. We'll start with the theater and show you what we have there. We'll just come in on the side here. You can see on both sides is where you would go up to the balcony, and we will go up there here on the side over to the right. But first, we're going to start in the core theater area. So as we go into the theater area, one thing you'll notice is obviously the old seating. You'll see the stage up ahead. You'll see the balcony that's above us. As I mentioned, the theater was originally designed for around 550 people. With the new seating arrangements with the L-shaped couches on the left, the L-shaped couches on the right, and where we're standing under the balcony would be table seating, kind of some stepped flat areas. We'll end up with around 250 seats. So we'll be removing about half the seats, but making it a lot more practical. The stage is also interesting. You can see there's actually quite a bit of room in the stage, but there's actually about another 20 feet behind there and a beautiful brick wall. So we're going to be removing that. You'll still have the curtains there, but then a live entertainment venue has plenty of room, as they did when the theater was first constructed. Let's go off to the right here. We're going to go upstairs, and I'll show you the balcony area, the mezzanine, and then we'll go into one of the apartments and show you what that is like.
So if anybody's just tuning in here and we're still live, I hope we are. John, are we still live? It says we're still live. We are touring the Old Camelot Theater, which is on the verge of undergoing some major renovation to really revitalize what was once a very prestigious location, Dave.
Yes, yeah, it's a beautiful theater, and you'll be able to see that a lot better here. You'll notice some of the water damage as we come off to the right that we're dealing with. And this is actually not the roof, it's where the roof meets the bricks. And unfortunately, the bricks are coming loose.
Wow, this is gorgeous, Dave, up here.
See up here. Look at that. We have the lights in the ceiling. I don't know if you can catch that with the pictures. You can see stage. We're really lucky here in Nevada that we have a good ceiling and we have good electrical and mechanicals, so we don't have to spend hardly any money in here at all. All the money is going on the outside and on the front. The other thing you may notice is when we walked up the stairs, I told you about the balcony upstairs. Right behind the cameras here when we first walk up the stairs will be the stairs up to the outdoor patio. But you can see we have a lot of seating up here in this balcony area. And then up behind here are the apartments. Now there is another way to get to the apartments from the street level, but we're just getting to them from up here. Now the apartments haven't been lived in since 1960, and the story goes that the people who built the theater actually lived up here.
So how many years? 1960.
1960
so we're talking,
is what we understand.
We're talking
yes.
about 62 years.
Yes, I don't know if you can see in here, but there's a little bit of room for improvement. And on the left, I don't know if you can see, there was the original bathroom, but there's no floor there. So the lighting is probably a lot better in here. I'll let you come around here and you can see. And there's actually some pictures on some of the doors that show you what it originally looked like. This was a picture of what the apartment originally looked like. I don't know if that shows well in your camera. And this is actually a picture of the Circle Theater. So we're right here in these windows here. So there's actually an apartment above us, which is a little more difficult to get to, but with where we're at now. But it's in the same condition as this apartment. So it hasn't really changed. You can see the window damage from the water and the floor damage and the roof damage. There's a little kitchen over here. Off on the right, there's no light, so it's a little hard to get to, in a little dining area, so we'll be opening that up just a little bit. And this is actually the front door off to the right, which actually is a staircase down to the front of the main street. And then the staircase goes up one more level to go to another apartment that basically looks just like this. Only in that case, that room there is already open. This room here is the projection room. Okay. And so we're turning that into a bedroom. Awesome. For this particular level here. So.
Well, that's a lot, Dave, and I appreciate you taking us on a behind-the-scenes tour. So give us a timeline again. Yes. You want to get these apartments going, you want to get the theater, and there's going to be a lot of renovation done in the old salon next door.
Yes, that'll be mostly next year, the salon next door and the patio bar and the new bathrooms and kitchen. This year the focus is on the outside, the windows and these apartments. And like I said, to that we've received $200,000 from the state for an upstairs living grant. We've received about $150,000 so far from donors. We need about $250,000 more to finish the money we need for the brickwork and the windows, and we hope to have this part of it all done by this time next year, and we can then start on phase 2, right, where we're able to bring in the new bathrooms and the new kitchen, start on that patio bar, and then gut the downstairs area.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but just a general patron who comes in here today probably can't come up here and peruse around, or are they able to?
Today we're allowing tours. We're guided tours. We have some people come up to show you where to go. There are obviously some dangerous places that we've marked off to not let people go, and we want to watch kids pretty carefully, but we've had this checked out, and structurally where we're walking is fine.
Okay. So yeah, again, make it down here if you've not already done so. Certainly you can submit your name in the drawing for a beautiful grill from Lowe's, yes, as you brought up, Dave, and you're going to be, again, here all afternoon. Hours today?
I think we're here till 4, okay. So 4 o'clock.
Here till 4, and as you know, if you've been following our coverage, we're live here throughout the afternoon and evening at the Pie Looza Festival. Do want to thank another sponsor who's made this possible, Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny, taking care of your used and new vehicle purchasing needs. Call Josue at 515-776-1068 or visit him at Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford on Facebook. Dave, this has been a pleasure, and we wish you all the best. I know the Nevada Foundation has been a big part, and certainly the city of Nevada has helped out, but hopefully everybody can help make this happen, because, man, this is a really cool thing to really keep your eyes on as far as the future.
It's a beautiful centerpiece of our downtown, and we want it to be a centerpiece not just visually, but functionally through entertainment as well. So thank you very much. We really
appreciate Dave Sly and everybody here at the Camelot Theater. I'm Corey Brad of StoryCounty.News. We will talk to you in a little bit.
Unfortunately, we don't have any light in there.
Yeah.
But if you had lights in your rig, you could probably see that. Right? You can see that there's a little bit of work to be done.
And so does this door go up to the other
So this is the projection room.
Oh, that's the projection.
Right there. And this goes up to the roof.
I got you.
And this actually is how you get into above here, so that you can do the fix the lights. Those little lights.
Okay.
There's actually
Sure.
a crawl space up there.
Interesting. Very interesting. And so have those lights stayed in working order all these years?
Yeah, well, somebody has gone up there not too long ago and replaced them. You can go out, like I said, update. You can see on the top. You can see there's a number that are out still.
Yeah.
And we need to replace them all with LEDs and do some work that way. But
Wow.
yeah.
So what's it, what year, you probably told me this, David, what year was this built?
In the 1920s, I think it was around 22, 23. We actually have the original architectural drawings, which is really cool.
Really nice.
And they're beautiful drawings. You can imagine the intricacy of what this all looked like from an architect's perspective.
That's one thing I didn't ask you on the live stream, but do you know of as far as history of musicians or comedians that have been
Well,
here?
recently, the last 10 years, it's been back to a live venue, and so you
That's
can
right.
see on both sides down there, they've actually taken a billboard, or whatever they call those, a poster from each of the performers in the last 10 years. Talent Factory,
Right.
exactly. And they've been running it. They're still operating in here. We just own the building, and we're doing the renovations. And then there's that. There's actually maybe some decent pictures back if you're wanting to get a few more interesting pictures.
Sure.
This is really exciting. This is the kind of stuff I like to go to, so I'm looking forward to seeing it finished.
Yes, yes, it will be. We all are, believe me. But it has been really neat. The original bathrooms were under here. Some people may remember that. It's pretty bad down here, but I don't know if you wanted to take any pictures. If people remember the facility, you used to go down here to the bathroom. This was before ADA and, you know, having to care about stairs. There was another set of stairs there. You can kind of see where they took them out. So you used to be able to walk down here, and these were the bathrooms right here, boys and girls. And it's needless to say,
Lots of
hasn't
work.
been a bathroom for a while. It's storage now.
Not
but-
musty at all.
No, no. We for a short moment thought about trying to renovate this. Another area that's kind of interesting to see is this. And let me see if I can turn a light on in here. This is actually what it looks like underneath the underneath. So structurally, for those who are interested, this is actually your stairs. You can see the rubble foundation from when it was built on the side. So
Wow.
what we were walking on goes all the way down to the stage. Actually, if you flashlights under there, you can see there's a little crawl space, literally crawl to get under there. But this is
This
the
is structurally sound then.
Yes, yeah, yeah. It's,
It looks just, I mean, it's just not like anything I've ever seen. So.
yeah, it's an old building, but it's got steel. It's got, and there's no evidence of any damage. We're lucky
damage
because
to the
many
structure.
buildings like this have
Deteriorated.
really problems.
Now,
yeah.
you probably already said this, but how old is this building again?
Well, it was built in the 20s.
The 20s. Okay.
Yeah, early 20s. So,
Our house is in 1905.
okay, yeah. So when you think about it, you think this is really old, but in reality,
It's not as old as
it's
our
not
house.
as old as a lot of places. And then we'll go down to the front here if you want to see behind the stage. That's kind of an interesting area. One of the things I like there is the openness of the, because you can see above here, which all the way to the actual roof. It's kind of interesting. So this will all come out once we do this. And let me see what I can get in terms of imagery in here. Yeah, I think that works. I don't know if you can get in here. And if you can see up there, but that's really high. I don't know if your cameras can...
It's getting a sense of it. It basically, you see the wall go into the darkness.
Yeah.
Man, that is high.
It's really high, and it's really neat how you can see all that.
Wow.
So you can actually climb up here and then go back in. But what we're doing, you can see here this brick wall up there on the back. That will be the wall. So all the stuff we're in right now will go away.
Oh, okay.
And this will be the new wall. So look at all this room that we're freeing up.
You'll free it, yeah. Do you go out this way?
You can go out this way. This is just the other side of the stage. Exit stage right. This is the dressing room area for the entertainers. Got a little area that they've been signing as they do it.
Cool. Any names you want to point out? Anybody might know?
Well, probably somebody that you know. He just passed away. Comic, really heavy guy. He used to make fun of his weight all the time.
Sure. Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson played here, and I'm sure
He might be
signing.
here somewhere?
I'm sure he's here. I don't know if
Is this Billy Dean? I know he was.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Billy Dean, but he was here
Probably
as
is.
well.
Yep. There's a lot of great Tonic Sofa. We've had a lot of bands from the tribute bands that have played here. Rocky Raccoon, which is a tribute band for the Beatles. And they played here a couple of times, but yeah, I don't see.
Really?
I'm sure Louis is here, Angus Kahn. Those guys are awesome. If you're an AC/DC fan,
Yeah.
Oh, are they the? I am an AC/DC fan.
yeah, they're an awesome tribute band, and
Really?
they sometimes play with the guy that does the bat, the guy that ate the bat.
Oh, okay.
Shoot the head off the bat. Who is
You're
that?
talking about Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
There's a really good Ozzy Osbourne tribute guy that plays. You can see the posters
Oh, right
from all
here.
the people that have played. And they're on both sides.
Oh, right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Corey Brad of StoryCounty.News here. I'm joined by Ray Reynolds, the fire chief here for the city of Nevada. And Ray, we know a lot of fundraising going on down here at the Pizza Pie Looza Festival in downtown Nevada. But specifically here, kind of a neat setup here with, I'm guessing an original idea, fire hose bowling. Was this something, first of all, that was constructed by your team?
Yeah, we typically come up with crazy 3 a.m. ideas, and we thought, what could we do that would be a twist on it? So in the fire service, you have rolled up hoses, and so firefighters are commonly, you see them like roll the hose and try and unroll it all at one time. It's kind of a mark of bravado, I guess. So we thought we could incorporate that with bowling and find a good way to raise money for a new fire engine. So it's been fun.
And talk about this beautiful antique Seagrave, 1954 Seagrave fire engine. Talk about the history of this.
Yeah, this is the first new vehicle that the city purchased in 1954. Obviously, in 1907, we had horses and buggies. A little bit of history. Our horses got distemper. I was not around during that time. But I'm told that the farmers were very involved in the rural district. So we have a big connection to our rural folks, the farmers and stuff. And so this was the first engine that the city purchased. So we've maintained it. The Firefighters Association is a 501c3. They currently own it now, and we house it at our fire station. It's a fully functional, works engine, gets a lot of comments. You just don't see a vehicle like this. We're very solid. Today we took some pictures with our new fire engine beside it, and to see how far the fire service has come in safety and in equipment, but also in cost. So I don't recall what they paid for this. I think it was something in the neighborhood of about $10,000 new. And so our current fire engine's about $518,000 new. So yeah, we've come a long way.
I would say so. So this means you're not going to be taking any pies in the face today, Ray?
Oh, not me, no. No, I'm trying to stay out of that, do that whole public safety thing. I'm not like Ryan Hutton.
That's
you know.
right. You're a public safety servant. So if someone wants to donate to the cause, again, to help the fire station get a new fire engine, rural fire engine, how can they do that?
Yeah, so the Nevada Firefighters, Inc. is a 501c3. They can donate to that. They can send it to the City Hall in care of the Nevada Firefighters Incorporated, and that money will get to them, and they can write that off on taxes, or they can contact us at City Hall. Ray Reynolds, they can contact me. I'm there Monday through Friday, and we got great partners from Hy-Vee. If you're bowling, come down to bowl today, and you could win two $100 Hy-Vee gift cards.
And we're right near the Camelot Theater, which is undergoing an incredible renovation.
Major renovation. transition going on in our community. So
this Main Street district has really come a long way, and it's got a long ways to go. But we are live here at the Pie Looza Festival with Ray Reynolds. Want to thank our sponsors for this stream here at StoryCounty.News, Aspen Waste Systems, for providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010. They're hiring both mechanics and drivers with competitive wages and benefits, including a limited time-only signing bonus. You can apply at aspenwaste.com. And also Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny, taking care of your used and new vehicle purchasing needs. You can contact him at 515-776-1068. Ray Reynolds with the Nevada Fire Department. Appreciate the time, Ray, and best wishes for a beautiful fundraiser today.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for covering it, and go Nevada. Absolutely.
For Corey Bratta, Ray Reynolds, StoryCounty.News. We'll talk to you soon. Corey Bratta here, StoryCounty.News. We are live here at the Pie Looza Festival. I want to thank our first sponsor, Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny. Call him for your used and new car purchasing needs at 515-776-1068. I'm almost forgetting the number. 515-776-1068. I'm here with Mackenzie Ahrens, who is a freshman at Nevada High, and she is trying to fund a trip. Talk a little bit about the trip you're wanting to take to Florida, Mackenzie.
I'm going to Florida to wrestle for Team Iowa this summer.
And you are doing what to fundraise, in case people can't tell?
I'm letting people pie me in the face.
Pie you in the face. So how many pies or plates of whipped cream, whatever you want to call it, have you had in the face today?
I'm not sure. It's been a lot.
Okay, well, without further ado, let's earn some money for her trip to Florida. That's how you can help Mackenzie Ahrens go to Florida to pursue her wrestling trip. Mackenzie, is that cool on a hot day?
Yeah.
It actually is not that bad, all right? I mean, is it enjoyable for you?
Yeah.
Appreciate Mackenzie and appreciate everybody here at the Pie Looza. Reminder to get out here. We got live music all day. We got pie in the face. We got dunk tank stuff. We got vendors everywhere. Want to thank our sponsor, another sponsor, Aspen Waste Systems, providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010. They're hiring, folks. So you need a job, driver or mechanic job. They're hiring includes competitive wages and benefits and a substantial signing bonus if you apply at aspenwaste.com. Again, that's aspenwaste.com. Get out here to downtown district in Nevada for the Pie Palooza. And remember, Jo Dee Messina will be here live at 7 p.m. I'm Corey Bratta, StoryCounty.News. We are live here at the Pie Looza Festival, and we're looking right now behind you at the dunk tank featuring the mayor of Nevada, Brett Barker. And let's see if our young contestant here can successfully trigger the system. She's going to keep scooching further up here. And don't hold on to the sides, Brett. We want to see you go all the way under. We got to see you all the way under. Just hit it. There you go. So we've got lots of volunteers out here and dunking for a good cause, and certainly raising money for the Nevada Foundation and for lots of really cool nonprofits. We were in Camelot Theater a little earlier and talking about the different renovations that are being planned and are some already undergoing at that theater. The Talent Factory, as a lot of people in the modern day know it to be. If you pan around here, John, you see some inflatables and some activities for the kids. You go to your right here, you're going to see all the different vendors, pizza, pie, barbecue, all kinds of stuff. It is the Pie Looza Festival. Every vendor has at least one pizza or pie-themed item, all right? But we've got all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, the main stage for Jo Dee Messina is on the north end of the downtown district, but there is live music ongoing on the south end right now. So we'll continue to cut in here live periodically. Do want to thank our sponsor, Aspen Waste Systems, providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County. We've been plugging them all afternoon. Appreciate them sponsoring these live streams. They are hiring right now drivers and mechanics with competitive wages and benefits, along with a one-time signing bonus. Apply at aspenwaste.com. And also Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny. For your new and used vehicle purchasing needs, call them at 515-776-1068. And all our sponsors can be found in the description of this live stream. The description below this live stream, you can find those video sponsors, or those sponsors for our live stream. So we'll check in with you here in a little bit. I'm Corey Bratta, StoryCounty.News.
Like the music turns
out of StoryCounty.News. We are standing here. I hope you can hear me. I can't hardly hear myself because we got a lot of great music going on. The Goat Feathers right now performing just to our cameraman's left. If you pan around, John, you'll see the Goat Feathers performing down there at the smaller of the two stages here at the Pie Looza Festival. The intersection of J Avenue and 6th Street. And you see all the festivities going on behind us. Lots of vendors. We're actually standing right outside Main Street Nevada, the Main Street Nevada office, which has helped make all of this possible. It's a really cool Main Street downtown event here in Nevada. So I want to run through some of the food items that are available if you are thinking about coming down here, either for the Jo Dee Messina concert or just for the vendors. Of course, we've had a lot of music already. We had the 5K earlier in the day. We've got the Goat Feathers now until 5. At 5 p.m., it'll be Neil Hewitt, country musician Neil Hewitt. At 7 p.m., it'll be Jo Dee Messina. She'll be at the north end of the downtown district. As far as food is concerned, we've got barbecue, flatbread pizza, we've got popcorn, pizza-flavored popcorn, we've got apple pie ice cream, we've got all kinds of different food items with all these different dozens of vendors down here on 6th Street, the downtown district here in Nevada. So again, if you haven't made it out here, do that. Want to throw a shout out to our sponsor, Almaco. They are sponsoring these live streams. We appreciate that. Almaco in Nevada is growing and hiring in both manufacturing and service teams. Visit their website at almaco.com to learn more about their family-friendly company. But again, lots of just awesome activities going on and lots of vendors with original food items. So make it down here, Pie Looza Festival in Nevada. We're here with you for the next several hours leading up into the Jo Dee Messina concert. The country music star Jo Dee Messina here, 7 p.m. tonight. Tickets available online. We'll talk to you soon.
You stand out in a crowd, sir.
Corey Barata here, StoryCounty.News. I am joined by one of the organizers, event managers. What do you call yourself, Dane?
Event manager, volunteers.
The dude that takes care of a lot of stuff?
The guy that keeps the entertainment happy, yeah.
That's important because we got a lot of good entertainment. We've had the Goat Feathers. We've got Neil Hewitt coming up, right, in a little bit. Of course, we know Jo Dee Messina is the main act. Talk about some of the how important it is to have some of these accompanying acts, including a pretty impressive opener for Jo Dee.
Oh, it's great. I mean, I think, any concert is a good concert to have when you have somebody of the stature of Jo Dee. But just to have live music all afternoon, kind of create an all-afternoon environment of a festival and having these vendors up and down the streets, the music to complement that and everything else going on. So, no, this is a great event and great environment, and our openers have done a great job today, and I know Neil's going to bring it too.
Is Jo Dee here right now, or is she rolled into town yet?
She is off-site currently. She was here earlier for the sound check, and she'll be back shortly before the concert. Yep.
Okay, so if anybody's concerned about weather, let's talk a little bit about weather. All right.
Chief Meteorologist Dane Nielsen here.
Yeah, that's right. I will say this, for anybody concerned about weather, if you haven't made it down here to the Pie Looza Festival, or you were like on their website, if you're on the website like on the verge of purchasing tickets, but you're looking at the radar, it appears like the worst of it's going to head to the north and west of Nevada. Am I correct? Would you agree? I know you're not a meteorologist.
Yeah, no, I have zero training. However, my eye looks at the radar. And a little bit ago, I was a little worried because that big cell was kind of coming right our way. But the closer it gets, the further north it veers. So if anything, we're going to get sprinkles here in a little bit, and then we'll be good to go. So.
And lots of great food. I do want to run through a few of the food items with Dane here in a moment. But first, I want to thank a sponsor for hopping on with us to help us live stream from this event. Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny, taking care of your used and new vehicle purchasing needs. Call Josue at 515-776-1068. You can also visit Josue Alvarez on Facebook. That's Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford on Facebook. So appreciate Josue and all the food options here, Dane. I know that's a lot of planning, a lot of help from vendors and local companies. We've got companies from Marshalltown, Ames. I don't know if I know there's a lot of other towns I'm sure represented. Can you kind of maybe encompass all of them if you can for a moment?
Yeah, so I mean, we've got 20 plus out-of-town vendors up and down the street here. Basically, the only thing we asked of our vendors is that something, I mean, they can have their traditional menu items, but they had to have something either pizza or pie themed or related. And so every vendor up and down the street has one of those two things or both. And so it kind of gives a diverse range because you've still got the other things you can buy while also fitting into that pizza and pie theme. So.
And just to kind of give, if people miss our earlier streams, You've got tours of Camelot, which may be completing now. I believe they were closing up shop. It looks like they're still open. So if you haven't checked out the Camelot Theater, you can come down here and do that. You've got the dunk tank, which I know Mayor Brett Barker just got done with. Are you doing the dunk tank?
Nope.
You slid your way out of that one.
They tried real hard, and I'm like, guys, I got to work with the entertainment and make sure the stages are taken care of. So I wussed out. So.
Water and electronics don't really mix, I'm sure.
Right, exactly. So, like I said, someone's got to make sure the stages are taken care of.
Healthy way out. But the local businesses are open as well. Mi Casita, all the different businesses around here. Bricktown Bakery, all the Main Street businesses are open for business. So a lot of great options down here, Dane. And again, how long will the vendors actually stay open?
So the vendors will all be open until 6. That's when the gates open for the main stage. So vendors will be open until 6, and all the kids' activities, all the contests and those types of things will be going on until 6. So.
And I know Mayor Barker put a plug in, but maybe one last plug. If somebody's thinking about getting tickets to the concert tonight, how can they do so?
Go to pizzapieluza.com. $30 gets you your ticket to come in and see Jo Dee and Jason and have a great night here in Nevada.
Dane Nielsen with the Pizza Pie Looza Festival and the Run Nevada series. The 5K went off without a hitch. It looked like part of the series, which is still a thing, right? We're still running for a cause.
Yep, yeah. So the 5K benefits the Nevada Foundation and their efforts towards the Nevada Fieldhouse. We had a great turnout this morning, even better than last year. So we always like to see growth. It was real hot. I mean, it was a warm afternoon for a 5K, and we still had a lot of people show up for it. So that was great.
And as I mentioned earlier, appreciate all the vendors out here, the sponsors that have helped make this event possible. And one more plug for our other sponsor for this live stream, Aspen Waste Systems, providing both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010. They're now hiring drivers and mechanics, including a substantial limited time signing bonus, along with competitive wages and benefits. You can apply at aspenwaste.com. Dane, appreciate the time as always, and we're about halfway through this event, but the best is still to come.
Absolutely. Excited to keep going.
All right, for Dane Nielsen, I'm Corey Brown of StoryCounty.News. We'll talk to you soon from the Pizza Pie Looza Festival in Nevada. We are live here in the middle of what appears to be an unexpected monsoon, and we're going to try to not make this look like a Weather Channel cut. We are with Emily, who's here enjoying her first ever Pizza Pie Looza Festival despite the wind. And surprisingly enough, when we first got out here, it was sunny, there was very little wind, and all of a sudden it's turned into something unrighteous. Emily, what do you think of this festival so far?
I think it's been really lovely. Hopefully people stick around, wait the weather out. It's nice to have people together again, and the vendors have been good. So yeah, it's enjoyable.
Just because I'm about falling over because of the wind, it should not discourage you from coming to this live event, okay? It's going to be gone here by the time Jo Dee Messina takes the center stage. Now, have you had any food? I know you were in Bricktown. You're holding a Bricktown coffee right now. Have you had any goodies today that you want to share?
Well, I'm looking forward to my Bricktown pastry. Haven't tried that yet, but I did really enjoy the barbecue nachos from Smokin' G's.
I feel sorry. We got fire and rescue people holding down a vendor tent behind us. We've got tents flying up. We got all nonsense breaking loose here. But again, this is the storm before the calm, because it is going to pass. Word is that this is a real brief cell that's going to be coming into the area, and it almost appears like it's raining on the south side of town. We commented that before we went live, but it is not raining here. So I think this is going to blow through. I'm no meteorologist. I wish I had a screen I could act like I was, but you're looking forward to Jo Dee Messina tonight, as is the kin that's with you.
Yes.
But anything else that you've enjoyed? Obviously the dunk tank. We've had Pie in the Face that's now had to be shut down temporarily because of the weather. But what's it like just to be able to be out here in a Main Street district that's had a lot of work, a lot of construction work, that it's just over the years that it's taken place, kind of a celebration of that?
Yeah, it's nice that things are open again, and nice to see Nevada. I've lived in the area for about 3 years now, but never really been here, so it's nice to kind of explore.
So I promise that we are going to be okay. We're not gonna get blown away. So if you're not out here yet, be sure to be out here, because there's nothing like it. Want to thank our sponsors. Well, I want to thank our sponsors. A couple things. Let's get to our sponsors here. If you have trash, call Aspen Waste Systems. They provide both commercial and residential trash services in Story County. They've been doing so since 2010. They're hiring mechanics and drivers with competitive wages and benefits, including a substantial limited-time-only signing bonus. Apply at aspenwaste.com. Also, if you need to buy a car, Emily, Josue Alvarez in Ankeny at Dewey Ford, 515-776-1068. You can also visit Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford on Facebook. And Almaco here in Nevada, they are also hiring. Almaco in Nevada is growing and hiring in manufacturing and service teams. Visit their website at almaco.com. That's ALMACO.com to learn more about this family-friendly company. And in the process of this short 3-minute interview, the tent behind us has been completely taken apart. If you want to pan around, John, it's now just a skeleton. But we're going to get all this figured out. The weather's going to subside. And again, we're just fortunate this is happening now as opposed to at 7 o'clock. So come down here. We got about an hour left of food and vendors.
I feel rain.
Yeah, and we got a little rain coming on, so it'll cool things down, and we'll have a really nice concert. Emily, appreciate you taking the time as always.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. StoryCounty.News. I'm Corey Brada. We will talk to you soon here at the Pie Looza Festival in Nevada. Corey Brada, StoryCounty.News. You see our camera is going to be a little shaky here. We're walking into what, I don't know what we're walking into, John, but the reason we're going live here is because just for a brief period of time, things got really weird here. Everybody's familiar, and I'm not trying to say that this is another habuza, right? Is that how you pronounce it, John?
I think that's how you pronounce it.
But we have had, we're going to have to find a way through here, but we have had ridiculous winds here at the Pie Looza Festival. And again, we don't anticipate this will continue. We've got blue sky to the west. But we're going to have to find a way through here. Right now the wind is pretty intense, and we've got dust. We've got dust in grave amounts. I've got dust in my eyes. During that last interview, had dust blowing in my eyes. Now again, I'm not implying that there's another habuza here, because I know friends in northwest Iowa and South Dakota, I believe, correct, John, that dealt with this a few days ago. But these are impressive winds. This is actually, I'm not encouraging people to be out in this right now, because this should pass through within a few minutes. But I've lived in Iowa my whole life, and the winds that we just experienced, certainly the derecho a couple of years ago is kind of the peak, right? But very impressive winds. And like John, our cameraman, yeah, like he observed serious dust in your eyes when you're out here. And so I am just curious because I don't know how gusty these winds are. I'm no meteorologist, John, but we're probably looking at like the gusts of 40 to 50, wouldn't you say? Maybe close. Yeah, we've had some 40 to 50 miles an hour, I think. Now, I do want to just pan out here. We're on the south side of the events. Now, right, for the time being, the entertainment has stopped, okay? Because this wind is so intense, and it has quieted down a little bit from where we were about 10 minutes ago. But if you pan up here to your right, you'll be able to see some of those storm clouds. But again, you see blue sky coming in. So that's what's coming our way. We're going to have nice, good weather this evening for this event with Jo Dee Messina. And so again, what are we, about 5 o'clock? I guess I need to check our time here. About 5:07 right now. So we will have good weather coming. But this was a real weird blip on the radar. But you know what? It seems like we have these weird weather events in Iowa. And this is what this is just going to make this event that much more memorable. A lot of the vendors had to pack up for a short period of time. So still time to get your tickets for Jo Dee Messina. But just a very interesting day so far. It's been beautiful all day, hot and humid. It's now cooled down with wind and a lot of dust in the wind. And it seems for the time being to have subsided. And it's hard to see. If you can pan up there, John, the sky almost looked like maybe we got some rain coming. But my understanding is this storm is also moving to the west-northwest, to the west-northwest. So we'll continue to provide live cut-ins. Do want to thank our sponsors, and we've been plugging them all day. And I want everybody to realize that we're doing that because we really appreciate them supporting this local news coverage. StoryCounty.News, we're trying to provide local coverage as much as we can to the county and to locals here in Nevada and in the Ames area. So lots of, like I said, there comes another round of dust and dirt there that just blew in with whatever this is. I like I say, I've been around Ames and the state of Iowa my whole life. This is different than I can remember. So we'll just see what happens here. Want to thank Almaco. They have been so gracious so as to jump on with us to support this local news coverage and continuing streaming coverage throughout the day. Almaco in Nevada. Okay, in Nevada, they're hiring both in their manufacturing and service teams. You can visit their website at almaco.com. That's ALMACO.com to learn more about this family-friendly company. Also, Aspen Waste Systems. Aspen Waste is providing commercial and residential trash services. They've been doing so since 2010. They've become a real staple in the community. They're now hiring both mechanics and drivers with competitive wages and benefits, including a substantial limited-time-only signing bonus. Apply at aspenwaste.com. And Josue Alvarez, doing great work, a veteran down at Dewey Ford in Ankeny. If you need a new or used car, head down to Josue or call him. You can also visit him on Facebook. Search Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford. That's Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford. Visit his Facebook page. Reach out through Facebook. Reach out through phone. Text or call is okay, 515-776-1068. So appreciate all the sponsors for being with us this afternoon. And again, the wind hasn't stopped here. A little less dust, but again, it's kind of coming in. You got some happy people. That's nice. The dust and the wind have kind of been coming in spurts, but I think it's going to calm down. John, you can see this. We've got sun coming back. I mean, this is going to push through and push out. All right, that's the forecast for this evening. But appreciate everybody tuning in here to StoryCounty.News on Facebook. We'll be with you periodically leading up to the concert, and then we'll check in with you throughout the evening. So stick right here if you can't make it down here. But if you can, check out PizzaPieLooza.com for tickets to Jo Dee Messina this evening. So I will talk to you soon. Corey Brad of StoryCounty.News. Corey Brad of StoryCounty.News. We are joined by a contributor to StoryCounty.News. It's been a long day as you see me mumble right out of the gates here in this interview. And I wanted to talk with Jared Barger here as, again, a contributor to StoryCounty.News. And he is here enjoying the festivities. And you see behind us here, John, if you pan around to the right, you'll see the big Burke statue. Burke, a major contributor and sponsor of this event to help make this thing possible. Jared, I know you have been out here for several hours. You endured what we considered to be a dust storm. I don't know that that's been officially labeled as such from any meteorologist or somebody who has the authority to do so, but what did you think of the weather, that little spell there we had?
Well, Corey, I didn't endure anything. I sat down in the coffee shop. But, you know, I noticed the clouds over there were getting a little dark, a little ominous about 4 o'clock. And I was like, well, that didn't look good. And the radar said a little rain coming in. But, yeah, then all of a sudden you just see the dirt flying. And I don't know, I was glad I was inside. And then now we got the sun back, so.
It's been a bipolar afternoon as far as weather. because we literally had this sunshine early. Down at the 5K at Billy Sunday Field, we had sunshine, we had very little wind, and then all of a sudden it switched to wind, no sunshine, rain, and now it's back. We have no wind, we have sun and heat. And usually a storm will cool things down, but it hasn't done that. I know you were excited for Jo Dee Messina this evening. I think tickets are very reasonable, $30 for a really big country act. In the late 90s, Jo Dee Messina, 9 #1 hits. Just your thoughts on the entertainment for a small community like Nevada.
Oh, it's huge to have her come. I mean, that's a big name right there. Like you said, she's got a whole bunch of singles that hit the top 10. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing her live. And yeah, it was a reasonable price. I think it's big for the city of Nevada.
Absolutely, and I do want to thank our sponsors. I've been plugging them throughout the day, and we did just kind of take a bit of a break to be able to regroup and eat. But let me just run through our sponsors once again, because they've helped make these live streams possible. For anybody watching on Facebook who's not able to be here live, we do appreciate that. Please share these live streams out so that others can know that we're covering the event. That's really what we want to do. We want to make sure that we have a presence to provide people who can't make it to these local events, provide people with coverage and information so that they can kind of be here without being here if they're not able to make it for some reason. So Aspen Waste Systems, thank you for sponsoring these live streams. If you're interested in applying for a job, Aspen Waste is hiring. They provide both commercial and residential trash services in Story County. They've been doing so since 2011. They're hiring mechanics, drivers with competitive wages and benefits and a substantial limited time only signing bonus. Apply at aspenwaste.com. Also Almaco. Thank you, Almaco here in Nevada. They have been terrific in sponsoring this event, helping this event and the Run Series happen. And they've also sponsored our live stream. So thank you, Almaco. They are growing and hiring in manufacturing and service teams. Visit their website at almaco.com to learn more about this family-friendly company. And one more to put a plug in for Dewey Ford, specifically Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny. For all your new and used vehicle purchasing needs, contact Josue Alvarez at 515-776-1068. You can also check him out on Facebook. All right, Jared, you have not eaten yet. And the vendors are supposed to be wrapping up pretty soon, but, you know, there's a lot of patrons still out here who have not made their way into the gates yet. Do you have anything in mind as far as food this evening?
I haven't eaten dinner. Smoke and G's Barbecue provided me with a wonderful lunch. I recommend the mac and cheese, brisket on top, a little spicy barbecue sauce. It'll treat you nice. For dinner, though, you know, I'm still pretty full up, but I think I'll hit the Kona Ice stand, get a little refreshment as the sun's coming back out here. Feels a little more like summer now.
I had a tenderloin, had some cheese curds. Your sister had some coleslaw. Lots of options out here. It's not just pizza and pie, but a lot of pizza and pie themed items. So, Jared, appreciate you for everything you do with StoryCounty.News and certainly being out here supporting it. You still have time to get down here before Jo Dee Messina. Buy your tickets live in advance. Live, what am I saying? Buy your tickets in advance. Boy, I'll tell you, the blood sugar's going up as those carbs start to hit my bloodstream. Buy your tickets in advance. Jo Dee Messina live here at 7 p.m. Buy your tickets, pizzapieluza.com for more information, and she'll get out there around 7, a little after 7, after the opening act. So, Jared, appreciate the time, and we'll have a good time tonight.
All right, thank you. Let's do it.
For Jared Barger, Corey Brada, StoryCounty.News. We'll check in with you soon.
Bucks and 6.
Corey Brada, StoryCounty.News here in Nevada, and I've got a good friend here. Doris Day is here from Kicks 101.1 in Marshalltown, and Kicks doing a great job out here. You're doing a great job introducing Jason Pritchett, and of course we got Jo Dee Messina coming up. But Doris, first of all, before we get to this music, which is already underway here, if anybody is slow, they can still get tickets, I guess. They'd have to hurry though, because Jo Dee's going to be out here pretty soon. But what are your thoughts on this Main Street District, the revitalization, and being able to move this country festival from the fairgrounds all the way up into this beautiful downtown district?
Yeah, wow, what a difference a year makes. I mean, we started out with Brian White and Wade Hayes last year at the fairgrounds where I saw you last. And then all of a sudden down here, and your Main Street is beautiful. I am so impressed with this. It's just gorgeous. I love the combination of modern and historical. And it's a beautiful downtown. You guys should be really proud of it. I even mentioned that on stage when I introduced Jason.
It's a beautiful, I mean, the way they've done the set is beautiful. Now, I do want to acknowledge Almaco here. Almaco has been very generous with sponsorships. They are helping this event transpire. They've helped these live streams that we're doing. So Almaco, want to let everyone know, putting a plug in for Almaco, that Almaco in Nevada is hiring. They are hiring for their manufacturing and service teams. So if you want to apply, visit their website at almaco.com to learn more about their family-friendly business. Doris, the food. Pizza and pie themed. I had a tenderloin with cheese curds and coleslaw, a nice coffee, and some donuts from Bricktown Bakery, which is a tremendous bakery, by the way. Great for this town. What did you have today? I know we talked about it before we went on here, but what did you enjoy?
I had the cologne from the bakery. I've never had one before, and I thought, oh, I gotta try this. But the bakery is so cool. It's so neat. I'd like to come back and try some more donuts over there.
I got to ask you a personal question. It has nothing to do with this event. You have been working for KFJB and Kicks for a long time. Okay? Why do you enjoy what you do so much? I mean, you've been asked that before, but you have been a pioneer. And I think that's really admirable in the business, because there is a need for people like you in radio. Why have you been such a pioneer why have you been so loyal to radio?
Wow, that's a really good question. The Lord gave me the talent that I've got, and I thank Him every day for it. And I pray that I'm using the talent that He gave me the way that I'm supposed to be using it for His glory. That's why I'm in radio. He gave me the voice. It's a God-given talent that He gave me. So what can I do besides give praise back to Jesus, right? There it is.
You have been an unbelievable voice for Central Iowa for a long time, and Iowa's best country, Kicks 101.1. I want to bring up Jo Dee Messina. I know you probably have to go introduce her, right? So I want to get to that. You know Jo Dee, you've met Jo Dee. I saw a picture of you and her years and years and years ago. What was that like back in like 99 or 90?
It was 97. It was a country jam up in Eau Claire. The station I used to work at was Wax 104.5 up in Eau Claire, and we hosted Country Jam. And it started in the 90s, and of course Jo Dee was up there. And not only get a chance to meet him backstage, but interview him on the big screen. And Jo Dee was, I think, my very first big screen interview. So the picture was taken after the interview. So that was it, yeah.
What's she like as a person?
I remember her being very hyper. Yeah, just very excited, very, yeah, that's what I remember about her.
She's a good entertainer.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
So again, if you have not already done so, Jason Pritchett is opening for Jo Dee Messina as we speak. We're just north of Lincoln Way and 6th. All right, so we're on 6th Street at the north side of the downtown district. You can still get tickets, pizzapieluza.com. Hurry down here, $30 for tickets, pizzapieluza.com. Want to thank Aspen Waste Systems also for helping us carry out these live streams during the Pizza Pie Looza. They provide both commercial and residential trash services in Story County since 2010. They are also hiring both mechanics and drivers with competitive wages and benefits and a limited time only signing bonus, so you can apply at aspenwaste.com. And also Josue Alvarez over at Dewey Ford in Ankeny for your new and used vehicle purchasing needs. Call him at 515-776-1068. It's been so long I'm forgetting the number. But again, for your new and used car purchasing needs. Doris, it's been a pleasure as always to see you. It's such a small town, you know, we go way back, but it's such a small, not town, but community in the state of Iowa and central Iowa. I think it's great to be able to combine. There's so many people from the Marshall County area, Story County, and country music is such a deeply embedded facet of society here. So we appreciate you being such an integral role in all of this.
Thank you. That's all I can think.
For Doris Day, Iowa's Best Country Kicks 101.1, I'm Corey Brad of StoryCounty.News. We are here at the Pizza Pie Looza in Nevada.
You got the fever! I cannot think of a better place to party on a Saturday night than right here in Nevada, Iowa, yeah? Are you all ready to party with Jo Dee Messina tonight? Come on, let's go! Worked all week, cleaned up, clean cut, clean shave. Got the cover off of 68. Come on! Fired up and let the horse and sing a little pretty thing. A little tan leg Georgia dream. She's rocking them holy jeans. Baby, what you got going on Saturday, you know?
Corey Brada here, live StoryCounty.News at the Pizza Pie Looza Festival with Jason Pritchett here. And before we get to Jason, first of all, he put on a heck of a show. I know everybody here in small town Iowa was happy to see you. Want to first thank our sponsors that made this live coverage possible. Josue Alvarez down at Dewey Ford in Ankeny for all of your new and used car purchasing needs. Contact Josue at 515-776-1068. Also, Aspen Waste Systems is hiring for their commercial and residential services. They're hiring both mechanics and drivers. Apply at aspenwaste.com. They're offering competitive wages and benefits along with a signing bonus. Jason, first of all, I want to just compliment you on a very unique sound. You know, and I mean that. Last year we had Brian White and Wade Hayes, and I love both those guys.
Yeah,
they're fantastic people to represent, I think, the genre country music. Who are you inspired by primarily as far as your sound is concerned?
Yeah, so I turned 41 in about 3 days from now. So I grew up in the 90s, so I'm inspired by Garth Brooks. I mean, Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Chris Ledoux. Those guys know how to entertain. You know, it's not all about music and about how well you can play, but it's all about how you entertain the crowd. And you can tell with the hundreds of people we have here, maybe even thousands of people, they've been cooped up all winter long. So we've just got off of COVID. They are ready to party. All they care about is partying. They want to throw their hands up. They want to be entertained. So I'm inspired by Garth Brooks a lot in what I do. Of course, Randy Houser, Eric Church of the late, you know. So that's my inspirations for sure.
Who wasn't inspired by Garth Brooks? I think every country musician that I've talked to from age 20 to your age, it's Garth Brooks. Garth is kind of king. What do you think about Central Iowa? Like, this is a very unique community as it relates to country music. Very passionate people here with country music. Have you performed in Central? I'm sure you've performed in Central Iowa on a number of occasions, but Talk about maybe your roots and what you think of visiting this area of Iowa.
Yeah, so Marshalltown, Iowa is close by here, right? Yeah, we did a show there a couple years ago, man. The people, we just fell in love with the folks here. It's a small town. I'm from Kansas City, so it's kind of a big town, but I'm a small town heart guy. So I grew up riding bulls and rodeoing, and so the country feel is what we like to do. So these are our people out here tonight. So it's been a blast performing for them.
Now, be honest with us. Was this a bigger crowd than you expected? Was it? What did you think? I'll be honest. This is incredible. The support for a community as small as Nevada is. I mean, it's a somewhat small community, but I know people come from Marshalltown. People come from Ames. I just thought was really impressed with the entire event.
Yeah, we are too. Of course, the production is awesome here, but we had a scare for rain earlier. A big storm blew through, and so we were kind of worried, like, oh man, it is packed out here, And like I said earlier, people are tired of being cooped up in their house. They're ready to go do something, be with their friends, be with their family, dance, be shoulder to shoulder, do life with people. That's what we need, is to be with each other and do life with one another. So the crowd is great here. Very impressed.
And I know we just talked before we went live that last year Nevada hosted Wade Hayes and Brian White, who were obviously huge in the 90s. I mean, huge acts. You just talked about Garth Brooks, but how about Jo Dee Messina? This is kind of a one-time stop. I don't know if you've ever opened for Jo Dee in the past, but what do you think about Jo Dee, and what do you remember from Jo Dee back in the late 90s?
Oh man, redhead. Her and Winona, that was it. I grew up with them ladies, and it was awesome. So yeah, this is a one-stop shop for me with Jo Dee tonight. We're doing Tracy Byrd next week, and so on from there. But I'm excited to watch her perform a little bit and get a chance. We got a chance to hang out earlier. Heck of an awesome lady. So you're in for a treat for sure.
I asked this question to Brian White, and I'll tell you what he said, but I want to ask you this question. It's kind of just a personal question. Who in the country music industry right now inspires you? Who do you think is just ripping it right now, just doing great?
Well, vocally wise, Randy Houser. He is top notch to me. Randy Houser has vocals that will just be a powerhouse. But obviously right now my inspiration is Jason Aldean. It's a production. We're opening tonight, but usually we carry pyro, we carry flames, we carry smoke machines, we carry all the bang for the buck. We don't do that for openers, but yeah, it's an inspiration to me, for sure.
Brian White said Miranda Lambert, which I'm sure you'd agree.
Oh, yeah.
Her head's in a good spot right now. She's producing a great sound, but you are as well. Really impressed with Jason Pritchett here this evening, and there is still time, if you're here locally in Nevada, to get down here for Jo Dee Messina. I'm assuming, Jason, you're going to enjoy a couple beers maybe and just kick back and relax the rest of the night?
Well, my tour bus driver is off this weekend, so I'm the one driving the bus. So no beers for me. I'm going to be hitting the road, driving all-nighters to the next gig. So. Yeah.
All right, Jason, now how can people get your music? I'm sure it's available on Spotify and everywhere, but promote your album a bit, which was released last year.
Yeah, Taillight Town. It's on Spotify right now. It's on Apple Music. It's on Google Music, all that stuff. Go check it out, jasonpritchett.com. Of course, the social media is Facebook, Instagram. But yeah, Taillight Town is our newest release right now, and we're excited about it.
Jason Pritchett, everybody, country music star, and we're awaiting Jo Dee Messina here at the Pie Looza Festival in Nevada, Iowa, here in the heart of Story County. Jason, appreciate the time, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us. Have fun tonight.
All right, for Corey Bratta, Jason Pritchett, I'm Corey Bratta, StoryCounty.News. We will talk to you soon. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Enjoyed the show.
It's good to see everybody tonight. Who's having a good time? Everything we've done today is benefiting the Nevada Foundation and awesome community projects, so we're thankful for all of your support today. My name is Brett Barker, and I'm honored to serve as the mayor here in our beautiful city. And how many of you are in Nevada tonight for the first time? That is awesome. That is exactly why we're doing this show tonight. We are so proud of our Main Street and what we're doing here in Nevada, and we want you to come back. We want you to have a good time. So thank you for coming. We're excited to showcase our Main Street and everything we're doing. This event has been a great thing to put together. The biggest party I think we've had in Nevada in anybody's memory. I'm a little bit beside myself as well, because who here remembers the days before Spotify and iTunes? When you had to go to the store and buy a CD and try to take it out of the little wrapper that was a pain in the butt. So, the artist that's about to come up was one of those that I bought, one of my first ones, and a day of this size doesn't happen by accident. We have a lot of people to thank.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, if you've seen anybody in one of these pink shirts today on your way out tonight, make sure you're thanking them. This event does not happen without them. And that's from setting up the stage, tearing it down later, unloading the equipment, helping out with the pizza and pie all day, all of those folks. That's how this happens. Make sure you're thanking them. Also, our sponsors. I know you hear it all the time. Things don't happen without sponsors, but that is absolutely the truth. We've had some fantastic sponsors. With this being a first-time event, this absolutely does not happen without sponsors, so we are very appreciative of them. We've got a number of them here to thank, including our presenting sponsor, Burt Corporation. Our deep dish sponsor, Lincoln Way Energy. They sponsored all of our free music earlier today on the South Stage. Our Pan Crust sponsors, Van Wall Equipment, WB Realty Co., RMH Architects, Story Medical, and Availabank. Our Stuffed Crust sponsors, On Track Construction, Almaco, and Verbio. And our original crust sponsors, Aaron's Sanitation, Blackbird Marketing, Fresh Market, Dollar Fresh Market rather, Fairway Grocery, State Bank, Bus Guys who've been hauling folks around town, Pratt Sanitation, Mark Wilson Real Estate Team, Alliant Energy, Garbage Guys, 21st Century Rehab, Alan Kobler Company, South Story Bank and Trust, and Sweet Dreams Mattress Center. That was a lot of words. Also, hey, how about one more real big round of applause for Jason Pritchett? I hope you're back there listening, sir. All right, at this time, I'm going to bring to stage a great friend of ours and a huge supporter of this event at Kicks 101.1. We've been marketing with them this whole event this whole time. We love her. She's the DJ of the noon hour every day here on Kicks 101.1. Welcome, Doris Day.
Again, it has just been such a great opportunity to be in this awesome state, awesome city of Nevada. I am so excited to bring on stage, ladies and gentlemen, Jo Dee Messina!
Corey Brad of StoryCounty.News here. Dane Nielsen at the Pie Looza Festival. I'm going to guess you are pretty thrilled with the output tonight. Just talk a little bit about this entire day, capped off by a pretty incredible performance by someone who has not lost it over the years in Jo Dee Messina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, ecstatic would be a word I'd use to describe my feelings right now. I think we've had a fantastic night. That crowd was awesome. I mean, you just look out at all these people having a good time, got their lighters in the air, screaming their faces off, singing, and just, oh God, what a night for Nevada and having Jo Dee Messina here. It's been a great night.
I'll be honest, and this is nothing against you or the city of Nevada or Story County. I never expected a crowd this big. I never expected a crowd this wild for a small town like Nevada, and Nevada is a small town. Let's not kid ourselves. This was a special occasion, and I credit you and I credit a lot of people who made this happen. Main Street Nevada. Just talk about all the people, and of course the sponsors. Burke has been a big part of it, but everyone that made this possible. We talked about it last year, but just the acceleration of things this year.
Oh man, I tell you, it's you can't say enough about the people that get involved with something like this. I mean, we had dozens of people walking around in pink shirts today. Everybody from the people that helped set up the stage to the people who are helping tear down right now, cleaning up the streets, you know, the free stage down the street, just everything. There's a lot of people that that get involved with something like this to make it happen. I mean, at one point you saw we kind of said who's from Nevada and who's not, and half the crowd raised their hand. They're not from Nevada, so we had a lot of visitors here, and that was really cool to have a lot of folks here who either haven't been here in a while or have never been here, and you know, I think we made a favorable impression. I'm real excited about it. So
it's kind of the main point, right? To show off downtown. I mean, people here know downtown. They've seen it. They've seen it. But you're right. A lot of people from the surrounding area, and I mean, I've talked to people from Eldora, from all over. Yep. So this has been a success. The question I posed to you, Dane, and I do want to thank our sponsors after this question, but 2023, all right, we saw an evolution from 21 to 22. I know it was actually a 2020 event that got postponed. But with Brian White and Wade Hayes, who I've talked immensely about, they are tremendous musicians. But you saw the ante was upped this year, and the format was changed. Yep. We bring things downtown. We still have the 5K as a part of it. The Pizza Pie Looza with Burke. Do you anticipate the format? I know it's still early, but do you anticipate this continuing into 2023?
Absolutely, I do. I think it's a no-brainer that we're going to be here a year from now doing this again. You look around, like I said, everyone's just thrilled with how this went. I think it'll absolutely go on. I think it'll continue to grow, and you know, you like to build on your successes. Obviously, last year you were there. It was a great event. Brian and Wade were a blast, and getting to be around those guys. But yeah, just to see the growth this year is just unbelievable.
I would absolutely echo those sentiments. So again, just a fantastic day. Lots of great food, lots of great music. We experienced. Was that technically? I'm going to get the word wrong. Was it a haboob? Haboob? Was that what that was?
A haboob, H-A-B-O-O-B. Haboob, apparently, which I was today years old when I found out what a haboob was.
Was that really what that was?
Apparently, it started up in the Dakotas and blew down this way, you know, 10 minutes after I told you it wasn't going to rain, and here's a dust storm in the middle of Iowa.
I'm serious. I'm looking around and I'm thinking, that's not rain. What's the haze? So we endured that, and we made it through. You know what? Those kinds of things happen on memorable days, don't they?
They sure do. I think, I think the only casualties of the day, unfortunately, Neil Hewitt didn't get to take the stage down at the free end. But other than that, I think we lost a couple of tenths. But otherwise, I think we're good.
Maybe a chance we'll get Neil back next year.
Neil's been part of this event every year, and I have no doubt we'll be asking him back next year. So
absolutely. I do want to thank our sponsors who have helped make these streams possible. I know you've heard me plug these brands over and over again, but again, so appreciative of them, and I know Almaco has been a part of sponsoring the event. They're sponsoring these streams. They're hiring right now in manufacturing and service, so visit their website to learn more about their family-friendly company, almaco.com. You can also visit Waste Management, Aspen. Oops. I gotta get some pushback on that.
Had a long day.
long day. We had a cut earlier where we had an opposing garbage can in the cut. So, but no, Aspen has been terrific. Again, Aspen Waste Systems is hiring both commercial and residential trash, mechanics and drivers with great benefits. So visit aspenwaste.com, and then Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Des Moines for your new and used car purchasing needs. 515-776-1068. Dane, we're going to have one more cut outside, I believe, to cap things off. But thank you for helping make this event possible, for welcoming us in here, and we're happy to be able to provide this for the county.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
For organizer Dane Nielsen, I'm Corey Brown of StoryCounty.News. We will talk to you in just a few minutes. Corey Brown here, StoryCounty.News. One more check-in before we sign off for the night. I want to thank all of the sponsors who not only made the event happen, but made our live streams happen. And for those who've gotten bored with me reading them, that's okay, because they mean a lot to our stream and helping this operation happen. So Aspen Waste Systems, thank you. They are, again, hiring right now. They provide both commercial and residential trash services in Story County. They've been doing that for 12 years now. They are hiring, so apply at aspenwaste.com. They're offering competitive wages and benefits, including a substantial limited time only signing bonus. So aspenwaste.com. Also, Almaco. Thank you, Almaco. They have really supported us, the event. They supported the event in full. They are growing and hiring in manufacturing and their service teams. Visit their website at almaco.com to learn more about their family-friendly company. Also, if you need a new car, new or used car, visit Josue Alvarez down in Ankeny, Iowa, at Dewey Ford. His number is 515-776-1068, 515-776-1068. You can also visit him, Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford, on Facebook, his page on Facebook. So, appreciate everybody who's been supportive today. Jo Dee Messina was terrific. All the opening acts, the early acts. Neil Hewitt, unfortunately, couldn't get on the stage because we had what we think may have been like a haboob or whatever, a dust storm, whatever you want to call it. It's been a very memorable day, and judging by the increase in just crowd and hype from last year to this, my guess is 2023 will be that much more better. So appreciate you sticking here all afternoon and evening on our Facebook page. A reminder to please follow our page for the latest around Story County. So hit the like button, turn notifications on. And also, if you're interested in sponsoring us at StoryCounty.News, our website, StoryCounty.News, reach out to us. Editor at StoryCounty.News. That's editor at StoryCounty.News to inquire about sponsoring our website. We are a family-owned, independent operation here in Story County. Appreciate you all, and we will talk to you at our next event. I'm Corey Brada, StoryCounty.News.